Okay, so welcome to this divination today. This one is just about congratulations and the fact that you don't exist. Okay, you don't exist. The I, the ego, the way you have known yourself in terms of your name, it's just a form of earthly identification. And some of you, because you haven't had models that allow you to see the greater aspect of you, or you haven't had enough models, and it's kind of like you're doing this dance between you are looking for models, you need to become a model, and you being modeled the opposite. So because the opposite is sitting strong for some of you, like right now you are around people who mirror the lowest vibration of you, and it feels frustrating, and it feels like your self-worth is like dwindling, right? You are looking for someone to say, I am proud of you. You're looking for someone to say, I don't need you to do anything. I just want to be in your presence. You're looking for someone who's able to just love you as you are. But how are they going to love you as you are when you don't even know that? Like, you don't even know fully who you are. Because then what happens in relationship, it's the same thing I'm going to be speaking about when it comes to relationship. When you don't have what you want to identify with, you try to control it in another person. You want them to give you what you're looking for in yourself. And ultimately what you're trying to do is escape the feelings and the truth that you don't exist. That the ego, the way you've been playing these roles, look at all the roles that you have been playing. And look at which one feels the most like you. Who are you with that you feel your most self? Like someone can help you extract your essence, your light for you. Think of who that is. Some of you, there's no one. In terms of the people who are close by, but there are people who are there, who are rooting for you, who you might not see fully how much they are assisting you, because you're looking to control those who you say you love, those who you say that you are in love with. And the thing is, they can't be in love with you when you're in love with the performer. You're in love with the performance. So for some of you, it's like, I remember this time when I was doing a collaboration where I was doing the soundscape, and then someone was doing the yoga movements. And it was kind of like we were bouncing off one another, where it was just energetically, wherever I sort of felt like guided, holding that space in the sound department from that spiritual perspective. And then they were holding that space from the physical body. So interpreting that in physical manifestation, right? And I remember it was like a 90-minute or maximum 2-hour session. And I just remember being so nervous. And at some point, something was just like, open up your eyes. Because I was like closing my eyes and like trying to feel, and I'm like shaking, and I'm like, with the music, and I'm like nervous, and I'm just like, I'm opening up myself into music, and people are hearing my voice, and it's so vulnerable. And then I looked up, and everybody was just in their body. Nobody was like directly looking at me to compare me to anything. They were just allowing themselves to immerse themselves in their bodies. And that's also one of those realizations that nobody cares the way you think that they do. right? And then after the session, it was like late at night, like around, we started probably like 7, ended at 9 maximum. But then we went over time. So it was probably like a 90-minute session that went over time a little bit, like 15 minutes or something like that. And immediately people started packing up. They had to go. And it packed up like so fast within like 30 minutes. We also had to go. And it was just like this moment of end scene. So the reason why it becomes a struggle for some of you to move forward, or for us, because there's parts where no one is immune to this sensation and this experience, right? We can get to share how we manage to flow through them, but we're not immune from them. So I have this theory of, I don't like cleaning up after yesterday today. It's still something I'm trying to implement in my work, but in the household, it's just like I don't like cleaning up after yesterday today. I like to start the day fresh. So it's like end scene, end those emotions, end that fatigue, end that thing, end that story, like end scene. Yet at the same time, there's time, according to the 3D, there's divine time, which is alignment. So everything is a process, and the process, you move up the scale once your cup is full, right? I want you to think of like this tipping scale, and as one is full, the other, the two have to be full in order for the next one to pour into the other. So up until you have had enough. And if you want to, you can always, quantum leap into that portal where you can experience yourself having had enough. But you have to want to. You have to want to let go of this romanticized idea of your family, of your friends, of your lovers, of the life that you thought you were going to have. Because the life that you wanted to have was based off your wounds of wanting to be seen, of wanting to be heard, of wanting to be acknowledged finally. But the thing is, you're never going to get there because that was never part of the plan. You were never going to get to that space from your wounded space, and you are being protected divinely, supported and guided. That's why you are here. Because this is a remembrance of who you are, that everything is a play. You are performing. So if you are feeling sad, ask yourself, why do I want to continue playing this character who constantly drops into sadness? Can I play a character who feels the sadness and then alchemizes it without needing to drown myself and feel sorry for myself and get someone to try recognize that I'm in like some form of pain, right? Because you have to feel it yourself. We can only meet each other to the depth with which we have met ourselves. And we are mirrors to one another. And that's why I'm going to keep encouraging you, listen to these, because I can identify with your energy, that your potential is great. And right now, people see your light and they struggle to complement that light because of how they've seen you before. You were naive. They might have told you you're too slow or stupid, called you dumb behind your back. And then as you have evolved and you've stepped into that space where you're saying, I know that there is more. I know that I deserve more. I am worth it. That's why I came here. So naturally, you are always going to be called in for more. So don't limit yourself when you have this experience. Like, let's say you've been waking up later in the mornings, right? And then one morning, all of a sudden, you have this like natural early rise, and it feels so good to start your day early. The tendency will now start to go, why don't I wake up early? Why don't I wake up early enough? I should be doing this every single day. Already by doing that, you are limiting yourself. What you need to do when you experience something is explore gratitude. Write down gratitude. Thank you that I had this experience to be able to wake up early. Thank you that this has shown me something different from what I've always known. Thank you that I can have a longer day. Thank you that I can have an earlier night. Do you know what I mean? So you look in everything as a form of gratitude. But remember, as you rise, things of the old world would phase. And I'm going to tell you, for some of you, yes, that means that some of your family members are no longer going to be part of your life in a couple of years' time. And some of you, maybe you're already there and you're just needing this extra support. These sessions or these divinations are here for that support, because unconditional love is constantly pouring. So for me, it's just like, for me to be in this like channel position, it takes time, and it needs to be the correct alignment for me to meet people in person, because then it's just like, if they are not fully ready to receive that unconditional love, because right now it is massive, I'm dealing with abundant energy of unconditional love pouring, and it's like flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing, and we give thanks for that in gratitude. But I had to put in the effort. And in that, I had to believe in myself. I had to congratulate myself. So I need you, all those words you are waiting to hear from someone, it's because you want to control their love for you. You want love reflected back at you with the love that you're supposed to give to yourself. So here's what I'm going to need you to do, is congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself for everything that you have done, everything that you were looking to hear from somebody else. Tell that to yourself. Write yourself a letter, record it, and say it to yourself as often as you remember, or it feels good to. But you need to start congratulating yourself, because the you that is sort of your highest perspective is your inner child. So the I needs to drop, because the I is the one who says, well, I didn't get this and I'm going to get this now. Instead, that I could also put your inner child in harm. And when you're on unconditional love, you cannot do that. You cannot do that to yourself, because you're only recreating and adding to what was given to you from your environment, right? So write your congratulations letter to yourself and say, congratulations for getting this and receiving this, and congratulations for doing this. And I want you to pour into yourself now. I promise you, the moment you start pouring into yourself, you'll become a vibrational match to the people who can hold that space for you too. Because this is about mirroring. You can't force someone who is feeling fear to feel peace. You can't force it. You can only hold space and inspire them to get there, but you can't force it. Because like I said, it's like a cup. Once you have decided you are done and you're full of feeling the suffering that you're feeling, that's only when things move. But up until you are enjoying swirling in the suffering and going, pour into me. No, I'm going to pour into you. No, pour into me. No, why is nobody pouring into me? Oh my God, pour, 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 pour. What's going on with the world? Right? You do not exist. The I, that ego, the way in which you think it exists does not exist. And then, spirituality, and it's not contradiction, it's just it's views of polarities. You're the only one who exists here. Because you must understand, remember, we are looking from unconditional love and we're looking from conditional love. And what I'm doing in these sessions is allowing you to see both sides. So depending on where you are resonant, that is where the energy is more resonant. That is what is a mirror for you. So that's why I always say never try force the mirror, because then it plays into your I don't feel good enough story. And that's not on this timeline. You're more than good enough, trust me. So if you'd like to contribute to this channel, there is information down in the description below. And if you'd like to book a session, also there is info in the description below. I'm sending you so much love. Write your congratulation letter, voice note it, and listen to it. When all is said and done, when you've done struggling, and it's done and it's done and it's done, what do you want to hear? How do you want to be celebrated? Teach yourself what celebration looks like, so that when someone sees you, they have to match you. They can't now downgrade you. They have to up level. But the twist is, when you're in the wounded space, it will feel like you have to down level. But now that you're on this timeline, that's not where you're at. So you don't even have to worry about that, okay? I got you. Just keep listening to these, remind yourself, and don't give up on you. Never, never, never give up on you. Because the moment you take yourself out of that absence of darkness, you'll notice how much light you actually have. But you have to go in deep and enjoy the process. Play. Take things seriously sometimes. Don't take things seriously sometimes. Just observe. I'm sending you so much love.